Picture a quiet little town that looks like it came out of an old postcard. The streets are made of uneven stones. The doors are painted bright colors that the sun has faded, and lazy cats nap wherever they please. The star of the street is Gino's barber shop. A squeaky iron sign above the door says, "Cuts and trims since 1923. Inside, menthol aftershave mixes with the smell of fresh coffee from the cafe opposite. A dusty jukebox plays old songs, and from somewhere far off you can hear the lonely whistle of a train. On the mirror, held up with yellow tape, there is a big note in thick black letters. "I shave all and only the men who do not shave themselves." At first you may nod and think, okay, a barber helps people who cannot or will not shave. But then a tourist walks in, spots the sign, and asks the big question. "Gino, who shaves you?" That one line blows up the room like a small firecracker. If Gino says, "I shave myself," he breaks his own rule, because he is only meant to shave the men who do not shave on their own. If he says, "I don't shave myself," then by his rule he must shave himself, because he is now a man in town who does not shave. Whichever answer he gives, he gets stuck. It is like a dog chasing its own tail, faster and faster, never catching it. Before continuing, if you like the video, remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thanks, and back to the video. Gino did not invent this trap. About 100 years ago, the British thinker Bertrand Russell came up with it to show that some rules can twist back on themselves in a messy way. Russell was digging deep into math and logic, looking for weak spots. He found that if you allow a rule to talk about itself without care, the whole system can crash. So he turned that idea into an easy story, a barber with a strange promise. The story teaches a serious lesson, yet it is simple enough for anyone to share over dessert. Why is the rule broken? Because of self-reference. When a sentence or a rule looks at itself, a simple form is fine, for example, "This sentence is in English." That is safe. Trouble starts when the rule says something about including or excluding itself, as in, "I shave all and only the men who do not shave themselves." Then the question, but what about the barber? Loops forever. Long ago, the Greeks loved such puzzles. One famous line is, "All Cretans are liars," spoken by a man from Crete. If he is telling the truth, then he is lying. If he is lying, he is telling the truth. Round and round. Some people try quick answers. "Make the barber a woman," they say. Nice try, but Russell would shake his head. The point is not, who is the barber, but can any person follow that rule? Changing the barber's gender does not fix the whole. Others suggest hiring a second barber. The second shaves the first, a third shaves the second, and so on. That looks clever until you see it never ends. You have built an endless tower of barbers and still have not solved one basic rule. The lesson reaches far beyond trimming beards. Everywhere we write rules, laws, computer code, game design, we must watch for hidden loops. Think about databases. What if a user record points to itself over and over? The system may slow down or freeze, just the way Gino's promise jams. That is why software engineers add integrity checks and break circles before they form. Even everyday talk can echo the barber's problem. Imagine you say, "I help anyone who will not help themselves." A friend replies, "Fine, I will not help myself. Please help me." If you help, your friend has gotten help by asking in a roundabout way, so by the rule, you should refuse. If you refuse, then they truly did not get help, so you should help. It is the same loop. Such headaches hit politics too. Laws often say, "This rule covers all cases except the ones it does not cover." Courts then spend years deciding which side any new case belongs to. One messy phrase in a law can lock up a whole system, just like Gino's razor. Democracies guard against that by letting one group watch another and letting courts test laws. It can feel slow, but it keeps the loops from spinning too fast. Technology adds more examples. A web server may crash with an error 500 inches because a program called itself again and again until it ran out of memory. Many security holes hide in similar loops. A hacker finds a path that makes the system question itself, and the question never stops. The fix is simple in spirit. Break the loop or add a clear stopping rule. Why not just laugh and leave paradoxes to philosophers? Because every serious field meets them. Mathematicians once thought math was perfect, like stone. Then Russell showed cracks. Later, Kurt Gödel proved there are true statements in any big enough math system that the system itself cannot prove. Alan Turing added that no program can check every other program and always say if it will finish or run forever. All these results grow from the same seed, rules that fold back on themselves. Still, paradox can be good news. When a rule fails, we learn what extra guardrails we need. From Russell's work came new axiom systems for sets and type systems that help both mathematicians and computer scientists avoid bad loops. These guardrails power the phone in your pocket and the internet itself. Let us peek back into the shop. Gino rubs his chin, lost in thought. Maybe he jokes, "I will ask each customer to sign a note. I do not shave myself. Then I am safe." But now the rule hits back. Should Gino sign the note? If he signs, he must shave himself. If he does not sign, customers ask, "So you shave yourself?" The loop smiles and continues. Someone suggests Gino switch jobs. Sell ice-cold drinks instead. Easier, no hidden loops, only the sweet choice, lemon or mint. Outside, the day rolls on. Cats stretch. A grandpa patches a bicycle with wire. The church bell rings 5 o'clock. Nobody else seems bothered by a logical mess inside one small shop. But behind the scenes, every part of modern life counts on rules that do not trip over themselves. The bank app shows the right balance, the traffic light changes at the right time. The video game keeps track of who is alive and who is out. One tiny loop in the wrong place and the whole program may freeze. So next time you hear a slogan that sounds neat and simple, poke it once or twice. Ask, does this rule ever point at itself? If it does, who shaves the barber? The question may feel cheeky, but it can save a lot of trouble later. And if you ever travel to a sunny village with cobblestone roads and lazy cats and you spot a barber shop with a bold promise in the window, smile. Remember that under the warm smell of shaving cream lies a deep truth about words, rules, and the need to keep them clear. Then, order a coffee. Watch the world slow down, and be glad that sometimes a joke about beards can teach us how to build safer ideas.